Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is not really about perfume so much as minimalism. So minimalism, now I'm going to struggle to say it. Minimalism is something that's been on trend, kind of a big thing for quite a while now. You had the whole Marie Kondo. She wrote a book that was really big, and it's all about how you can declutter your home, your environment, and the amazing benefits that that brings. And it's been actually a long time that I have been saying I've got too much stuff, I've got too many perfumes, I've got too many samples, I feel overwhelmed, my house is cluttered, there's so much stuff everywhere. There's so many times I try and pick something up that I need and I end up knocking something else over. It drives me mental, and I'm always moaning about it, and I haven't really done anything about it. I've carried on purchasing, I've carried on bringing stuff into my house. So we're talking perfumes and everything else as well. And of course, it's all just keeps on stacking up. And just throwing a few things away or giving a few things away here and there is not cutting it. It's not creating the space that I need. And so finally I've reached this stage, this point in my life that I want to clear the clutter for once and for all, and I want to stop bringing in stuff into my house without any thought. So really the question I've been asking myself is, can a fragrance reviewer, now I'm only a hobbyist here, this is not my job, and I'll make a few pennies from my YouTube channel, but can a fragrance reviewer, be it big or small, go minimalist? Minimalist. Can you be a minimalist fragrance reviewer? And that's what I've been asking myself. And I think the thing that I've come up with, my plan, my idea is that as the fragrances are my hobby, my passion, and they are a big part of my life, I don't feel like I need to be minimalist with my fragrances. Instead, I do need to change, because there are too many. There's more than I'll ever use, and the samples are crazy as well. So I am trying to declutter at the moment, selling, giving away the fragrances I don't feel like I'm going to use. I think one thing that happens with anyone who talks about fragrances on social media, be they just a hobbyist or attempting to be more professional, there is this feeling that you need lots of perfume to be able to create videos or Instagram posts or whatever. You feel like because if you want to do a list video, you need to have 5 or 10 of a particular theme, and then if you ever want to do that video again, you're going to need different options. Or if you want to do a different list video, you could cross over maybe 1 or 2, but you can't really bring the same 10 fragrances you did in another video. So it feels like you need loads of perfume to be able to do list videos. But I think the answer for me is I don't need to do that many list videos, and I don't know how a bigger YouTuber would cope with that, because if you're reliant on the income from YouTube, then you need the views, and the only way you get the views is really from list videos. Not always, but generally speaking, the list videos are the ones that pull in the bigger crowd. So how does a bigger YouTuber, let's imagine Monica Chock or Chris from Fragmental, how do they, if they wanted to go minimalist and reduce their collection down, what do they do? So that's something I'm just kind of like, I'm thinking aloud, I'm asking the question out loud, and if you have any ideas, obviously drop them in the comments below. For me, yes, it's about reducing how many I have. I haven't counted recently, but I'm sure there's over 100, probably 100 to 150 perfumes, I think, in my collection at the moment. So I am planning to reduce that down. I don't have a figure in mind. I think for me the most important thing is that I love and use every one of them. Unless there's a reason, maybe it's a real unicorn, a real special, hard to find perfume that I want to keep for reference, maybe. But apart from that, I really want everything to be something that I actually enjoy using, not something that's sitting there gathering dust. So that's my main criteria. So when it comes to purchasing a new perfume, that is definitely going to be a much slower thing from now on. What did I last buy? I last bought Guerlain Shalimar, what's it called? Shalimar Vanilla Planifolia. There we go, it's a bit slow. Vanilla Planifolia, and that was the last one I bought. In fact, that's on my wrist here. To be honest, I like it, I'll keep it, but it's not rocking my world. I could totally have lived without it. I didn't need to buy it. It was FOMO, fear of missing out, that made me make the purchase because it's a limited edition. So it's done now. I don't regret it, but I could probably have done without buying that one. And then I do still have things that I want to buy. I still have the Paris Monte Carlo Vanida Tahiti. That is definitely the top of my to buy list, but my plan is to get rid of quite a lot. I don't know how many yet, but I want to really reduce my collection down. I would say by somewhere between 10 and 20 bottles. If I can get rid of 10 to 20 bottles of perfume, then that's a cat on the roof, by the way. Not my cat. My cat's sleeping up on, I think she's on the bed. No, she's on the sofa. Aniela's sleeping on the sofa. But she has been outside. I've let her out a few times. We've been out together in the garden so she can get used to it. Anyway, back to fragrances, and I've forgotten what I was saying. Yep, I'm going to sell a reasonable amount, and then I will let myself buy the number one top of my buy list, the Vanida Tahiti. And the other thing is everything else in my life is so trying to declutter my house has been fun. And you realise, I've watched a lot of minimalism videos now, and they are brilliant and they're so addictive. In fact, I should be decluttering, I should be tidying, I should be getting rid of stuff, but instead I'm staring at YouTube watching other people do it. But that's what happens, isn't it? But I have done some good decluttering so far. I just dropped off 4 big bin bags of stuff to the charity shop yesterday. I've thrown out a couple of bin bags worth of stuff, and I've got lots of things up for sale on Facebook Marketplace and eBay. Unwanted, unused furniture that's just cluttering. And I've had a sort out of my makeup. I mean, that was really something I was putting off, because I bought a lot of makeup, quite nice makeup, a few years ago. It's some really lovely stuff, but I'm not using it because I do have quite a simple basic makeup. Like, I barely wear makeup at all, and if I'm going to come onto a video, there's a tiny bit of makeup. I haven't even bothered with mascara. I've just got a bit of powder, tiny bit of eyeshadow actually, but that's just because I found it while I was decluttering. I rarely wear eyeshadow, so yeah, I don't really wear a lot of makeup, so having to declutter all of that is taken away, it's given me a lot of room, and then I've been able to find the things that I actually want, so that's really good. I've still got a lot to go, a real lot to go. I mean, I've got a big brick shed just out there, and that's got a lot of stuff in it. I've got a loft with a fair few boxes of stuff, you know, it's mostly sentimental things, photo albums, stuff like that, things that were given to me when I was younger. So it's going to be a bit brutal, but what is the point in just storing stuff in the shed or the loft? There is no point. One day I'm going to die, and that was just going to get thrown away anyway, and if I'm not actually using it in any way, what's the point in storing it? So that's what I'm working on at the moment, and I'm really trying to sort of put all my energy into that. So I haven't really been that into kind of chasing new smells. I haven't been buying samples. I do definitely have loads of videos that I want to do. I still have, I mean, if I could review all my perfumes, and that would make content for, you know, the next year or more. So I certainly don't have a lack of things to talk about on here, but I've just been putting my energy into the decluttering side of things. But I like to pop into YouTube here and there and catch up with you all. I'll still be doing live streams and I'll still be doing videos. It's just I'm just a bit more, focus has shifted a little bit for the moment. I've got a whole I've got a whole chest of samples over there to the left, and they need to be decluttered. I might do speed sniffing. So what I might do is take one drawer out. So their drawers are all labelled A, B, C in one drawer, D, E, F in another, that kind of thing. So I might do one drawer at a time and then do a speed sniffing video where I'll just judge them very harshly on the top notes, and then sort of quickly put them in, the ones that I don't really love, put them in a declutter pile and send them on to someone. So that's what I'll probably do, to declutter the samples and get some kind of content out of it at the same time. So that, let me know if that sounds like it could be fun, or does it sound really boring? I think it could be fun, a bit of speed sniffing, can't go wrong with that. We are talking perfumes though, don't forget perfumes, all right? I think I have been overwhelmed by all the stuff around me, and that has been holding me back from doing YouTube videos, as well as general hashtag adulting, just the basic adulting stuff that you need to keep on top of. I do get behind with it. I've got no excuse, I don't have children to look after, but I do think I feels like sometimes it feels like your world is closing in around you, and the answer for me, I hope, is going to be decluttering, getting rid of loads and loads of stuff, so I have a nice serene space around me that's so much easier to clean, because I'm not having to lift everything up off different shelves and surfaces to clean them, and that in itself would be amazing. So really that's kind of all I want to talk about. Have you ever sort of dabbled in minimalism, and how did you get on? Were you able to keep it up? Do you think that maybe it's something you would like to embrace? Have I inspired you to have a bit of a declutter? Do you feel a bit overwhelmed? And I mean, I have associated being overwhelmed with decluttering now, but it wasn't always. Sometimes it was just the case that I felt overwhelmed, but I couldn't pinpoint why. So I'm really hoping that by decluttering that will help me in terms of just generally getting on top of stuff, and to stop procrastinating, and to stop feeling so hemmed in by stuff, because it's just stuff after all. And there's so much more important things in life: time with friends and family, loved ones, and travel and experiences, nature, all of that sort of stuff. But I feel like when you've got too much stuff to look after, that's getting in the way of everything, that's making you lose everything, you can never find anything, then it's something like all this stuff is sucking up your time. So that's it for me. I'm going to really go hard on the decluttering, and then the not inviting new stuff into my house unless there's a good reason for it. Wish me luck, because it's going to be a journey, and I'll keep you updated with how I get on. And as I say, let me know if you've had any experience with it yourself. I'd love to hear how you got on. That's it then. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video.